whenever you think of the city of Brooklyn, when somebody says the city of Brooklyn, you automatically think of the one of the five parts in the big city of New York City, along, of course, with the other four parts of Manhattan, Bronx, Queens, and Staten Island. But very few people think of the city of Brooklyn being in the state of Michigan. And of course, when people think of Brooklyn, Michigan, they automatically think of two landmarks. One being the beautiful Irish Hills, which of course dot the entire city, or not the entire city actually, but dot the quiet landscape. But sitting in the middle of the Irish Hills is a 2-mile high-speed D-shaped racetrack known as Michigan Speedway, where today it's the home of stop number 17 of the Castrol GTX Cup Series. It's the running of the Miller Lite 400. As we're here today for 30 laps of racing, and here's the starting lineup for today's race. On the pole, it's Dylan Poteet, car number 22, the Caterpillar Pontiac, and Jessica Shelton sits alongside in car number 94. On the front row, just winner this season at Bristol and Riverside. Dylan yet to win a race this season. He might have a shot here today. Second row has number 25, James Henry, and number 87, Aaron Macklin. Two good qualifying runs here for those two drivers. Third row has number 40, Zach Winkle, the winner of the Daytona 500 champion, and number 43, Mike Becker in the STP Pontiac. Fourth row has Daniel Bouchard, number 31, and number 26, Ryan Brommer, the Quaker State Ford. Going to row number Bouchard winner this season at Richmond. Row 5 has Kyle Matthews, winner at Dover this season, number 42, Coors Light Silver Bullet. And number 10, that is Paul Minnick. He won this season at Talladega. Next row down has number 44, Seth Cole in the Hot Wheels Pontiac, and number 90, James Sykes. Next row has the Batsons, Cat in 28 and Keith in 88. Cat yet to win a race this season. Keith has won twice this season. He won at Darlington and Martinsville. Next row down has number 41, John Andrews. He won that tremendous finish at the sister track of this at California. Alongside of Andrews, ironically enough, is the driver he beat out for the win in that race, Laura Chung in number 98. Laura would like to get revenge at Andrews if it comes back down between those two today here at Michigan. Next row has number 33, Matt McIntyre in the Skull Bandit Chevrolet, number 33, and number 7, Allison Rain in the XL Barry's Ford. Next round has number 4, William Brock, who is strong at Pocono, so keep an eye out on him today in the Kodak Film Chevrolet. He's alongside number 99, Levi McIntyre, in the XL Barry's SKF Ford. Levi has one of our 3 in-car cameras in today's race. Next round has our second in-car camera, Cole Beaver in the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet, number 3. He won it at Atlanta. And beside him will be number 75, Jesse Turner. Next row down has Zach Rogers in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6. He'll be alongside number 20, Joshua Osborne. Next row down has number 15, Alex Miller in the Quality Care Ford. He's alongside number 30, the Jimmy Dean Sausages Pontiac of Ryan George. Next row down has Dylan Young, who's won here at Michigan quite a few times in this series. He's flanked by number 16, Rob Evans. Next row down has the winner at Pocono, the last race that we brought to you on the tour. It is Trent Dunham. He's alongside number 21, Quentin Moore. Quentin has our third in-car camera. He won at Charlotte this season in the 600. Next row down has 24, Charles Sanford. He won at Sonoma this season. He'll be alongside number 18, Nathan Ormond. Next row down has Cement Oscon at number 36, and number 5, that's Phil Parker. Next row down has number 17, that is Roberto Crown Jr. in the Western Auto Chevrolet. He's alongside number 81, Muhammad Abdullah. Next row down has number 29, Zachary Fitzwater, and 37, Dylan Abrahamian. And starting shotgun is Wes McCoy, the winner of the Winston at Charlotte this season in the Smokin' Joe's Ford. He's alongside number 71, Daniel Getrock, in the Team Realtree Ford. The Team Realtree Chevrolet. So 30 laps of racing on this 2-mile racetrack here. There's turns here banked at 18 degrees, and the front stretch banked at 12 degrees. Whereas California, it was banked at the turns were banked at 14 degrees on that track. So you'll see some high speeds here. In fact, the pole speed was over 200 miles per hour. We're going to see some great racing here today. Here's the command to fire them up.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
That should be ladies and gentlemen, because Jessica Shelton has the outside pole in this race here. We have a lady on the front row. As the pace car leads the field off of pit road here for the pace limit, we'll be back for the start of the race right after this. So a Pontiac and the Ford has the front row for this race here today. As this race here will mark the halfway point of season 30 of the Castrol GTX Cup Series. We'll be down to the last 17 races of the season. When we hit the next race on the tour at Daytona International Speedway, back where it all began during the Daytona 500, which will begin the second half of the season. Dylan Poteet and Jessica Shelton leads him down. Pace car is on the pit road. Green flag flies, and the Miller Lite 400 is underway. James Henry with off to a great start in the number 25 car. He moves inside of Poteet for the number 1 spot. James Henry has not led in a long time, if even ever in this season. If he can get back to the start finish line first, he'll lead his first lap of the season. And that number, his first lap of the race here, the number 25 Boas or Chevrolet, which he will do so. So James Henry leads the first lap. And here comes Poteet down on the inside. Zach Winkle's in third. Jessica Shelton running in fourth. And Kyle Matthews running in fifth position as they come off turn number 2 now. Winkle moves inside of James Henry for the number 2 position, it appears, as they come down the back stretch. And the turn number 3 here. Shelton on the outside of Henry. So, battle for the lead happening here. James Henry and Dylan Poteet side by side come off turn number 2 now as they come on the back stretch. Poteet pulls back ahead, but now Kyle Matthews and the 31 car of Daniel Bouchard now hooking up through the third and fourth turns now. And it will push Henry by the 40 car, Zach Winkle, the Daytona 500 champion. But now Matthews moves inside for the number 2 position now on the 25 Budweiser Chevrolet. So Poteet has the lead, and Matthews in a pair of Pontiacs. The first and second positions right now. Chevy in third with Henry. Fourth is another Pontiac of Zach Winkle, and about for fifth. And you got another Pontiac. So we got 4 Pontiacs in the top 5 spots here, with a lone Chevrolet in the third position. So you got General Motors up in the top 5 spots here, and actually we got about for 2 more GM cars, 6 and 7 on your screen. Seth Cole and the 731 car of Daniel Bouchard with the lead Ford now. Believe it or not, that would be the 6 car James Sykes, the number 90 machine, the Heilig Myers Ford. And he will take position away. That is, I believe, the 7th position he just took here. Bouchard in 8th, Minnick running in 9th, and battle for 10th between Kat Batson and Jessica Shelton. And moving up through the field nicely, John Andrews. Remember, he won at California. Same track sister to this here. This is a higher speed track here, the number 41 car. And look at this. 3 wide, 2 rows deep here. I sound like Jeff Gordon saying, look at this here. So, and through turn number, whoa my gosh, through turn one, they got very cozy out through there, I guess you could say here. Trent Dunham, Cole Beaver, and Jessica Shelton making it 3 wide down the backstretch here as they head in the third turn now. On board with Cole Beaver and the GM Government Chevrolet. He runs right now in the, let's see what he's going to be clocked at this time by. Beaver this time by, running in the, Beaver that time by, clocked in 13th position. As you saw 3 wide just up ahead right there with Bouchard and Sykes and Minnick. 195 miles an hour off turn number 2 goes Cole Beaver. So goes to turn number 3 at 209 miles an hour. Sticks it down on the low side here. Laura Chung and Kat Matson's alongside on the outside of the track here. 195 come off turn number 4. See how fast he goes into turn number 1. 205 across the start-finish line. 208, 9, 10, 11, 212 into turn number 1 goes the GM Durant Chevrolet. With some good racing going on back there here. You see, as we look through the field here, Joshua Osborne clocks 16th in the field. William Brock 17th. 18th is Rob Evans as he got by Dylan Young for the position. Young in 19th and 20th. Battling for 20th is Jessica Shelton and Allison Rain. And Jess will take that spot away as she comes across the start finish line ahead of the Rain and the cars of Zach Rogers and Ryan Brommer. And now Rogers breaks out of that deal as they come off turn number 2. So through turns 1 and 2 they come here. You saw the last lap for Rogers, 200.223 miles per hour. As we take you back to the front of the pack here, and we now have, it's still Dylan Poteet, the leader, I think. Nope, Kyle Matthews is now taking the lead in number 42 Coors Light Silver Bullet. Matthews was mentioned, a winner this season at Dover in the FedEx 400 a few races ago. As they go through turns number 1 here, Matthews sticks it down in the first turn here. Cement Oscon, the 36 car, just up ahead. There he is in the 36 M&M's Pontiac. He's way out of the draft, it appears. He's got Matthews behind him in that number 42 Coors Silver Bullet. So top 6 cars belonging to Pontiac right now. 5 Pontiacs in the top 6 cars, with the exception of the Chevrolet of James Henry in the Budweiser machine. You got a Chevrolet in 3rd position. Chevy's, I think, 3rd and 8th and 10th. And you got positions 7th and 9th, both of them Fords in the field. As Oscon gets lapped by Matthews as they come off turn number 2. Here comes Poteet down the low side, the Caterpillar Pontiac. Through the 3rd and 4th turns they come here, and he'll try to move behind Oscon if he can, try to get by him quickly, but now Seth Cole and Zach Winkle trying to get to them. There they are, hook nose to tail as they come down the front stretch here, as Winkle tries to get around the Seth Cole machine, moving the 43 of Mike Becker up the track, this STP Pontiac. Almost halfway home here at Michigan here. This time I can complete the 13th lap. We will have 17 laps remaining this time by. Winkle getting by Seth Cole as they come off turn number 4. Matthews up the track. And Dylan Poteet is going to take the lead away from Matthews and lead that lap. They're averaging just over 198 miles per hour. And I tell you what, you think you're seeing that fast here at Michigan? Wait till you get to the racing we're going to see at Daytona for the 400, next race on the tour, which, as we mentioned, will begin the second half of the season of the Castrol GTX Cup Series. This is the halfway home race here. This will be 17 races down, and it'll be 17 to go in the road to the Castrol GTX Cup Series Championship weekend at Atlanta Motor Speedway, home in the Napa Know-How 500, which will be the 34th and final race of the season. Of course, Daytona, we mentioned, will be next on the tour as James Sykes goes for the lead now in the number 25 machine. The Budweiser Chevrolet in 3 wide with the lap car of Cement Oscon up on the high side here. And Cement, I would suggest, would have to get out of the way, or try to get out of the way if he can. He's got Winkle, Becker, Bouchard, and now Laura Chung in the 98 car. She puts her Ford up there, and look at the traffic on the inside lane, and Matthews hung out to dry in the 42 machine And James Henry's going to go for the lead. And he's got it through turn number on the front stretch. But as we mentioned, too, and now also the 41 of John Andrews is in this mix as well, too. So you got some surprises up in the top 10 spots in this field here. But as we mentioned, Daytona will begin the second half of the season here of the series. That's next on the tour. After that race will be New Hampshire, which will be race number 19. Race 20 will be at Poconos. We'll head back there for the AC Sparkplugs 400. Seth Cole takes the lead now. The number 44 Hot Wheels Pontiac, and he'll try to lead his first up. He can get back to the start-finish line first over his buddy Dylan Poteet. And he will do so. So Seth Cole takes the lead now. Number 44, but here comes Poteet back to the low side. Race 21 will be taking place on the final plate. Will be the final plate race of the season at Talladega Superspeedway for the Die Hard 500. Race 22 will be at Indy for the Brickyard 400. Race 23 will be the final road race of the season at Watkins Glen. Race 24 will be back here at Michigan for the Champion Sparkplug 400. And as we watch Poteet take the lead back from Seth Cole, a couple of old Tweenix Racing teammates here. I guess you might say they're still Tweenix Racing teammates as long as they live. I'm sure James McLeod, Trent Dunham, and Sean Hanley will agree to that too. But anyway, we'll be back to Michigan for the second visit here for the 24th race of the season for the Champion Sparkplug 400, and then the 25th race of the season will be the night race at Bristol, the Busch 500. And race 26 will be at Darlington, 27 will be at Richmond, 28 will be at Dover, 29 will be at Martinsville, 30 will be at North Wilkesboro. The final short track race of the season, 31 at Rockingham, race 31 at Charlotte, race 32 at Rockingham, race 33 at Phoenix, and then the last race of the season, race 34, will be at Atlanta. So there's your rest of your schedule. So hope it didn't bore you with that. So now back to the racing. James Henry goes back to second place now in number 25 car. Seth Cole in third position. Fourth now is Daniel Bouchard. Then James Sykes in fifth position. As we watch this battle position, again, the 36 car of Cement Oscon is not on the lead lap. He's in 40th position. And here comes number 1, Trent Dunham, as he tries to throw his hat in the ring for the battle for the win. Going for 2 in a row. Remember, he won the last race on the tour at Pocono in the Pennzoil Chevrolet. Trent has never won here at Michigan before, and not in this series at least. And well, he and Laura Chung got close together through turns 1 and 2, and Kyle Matthews tries to stick his nose to the low side. Meantime, Cole Beaver and Dylan Young both making their way to the field here. Young gets by Andrews now, and he's got the help from Joshua Osborne in the 20, and the 75 of Jesse Turner, and the 24 of Charles Sanford, the DuPont Chevrolet. And Becker got a little bump right there from the 33 car of Matt McIntyre. Meantime, the 6 car of Zach Rogers and the 94 Jessica Shelton tries to move down on the low side. And look at this gaggle of cars. 3 wide the turn number 1 between Andrews, Becker, and Rogers. And Zach and Mike Becker out in the middle of that track there got the bite. So and this is going back to about what, 22nd, 23rd position right there, just about. Fitzwater and Evans right there. William Brock, McIntyre back there, Matt McIntyre that is. And now Charles Sanford is going to try to move to the inside, gets past Rogers, and now Shelton's going to make a 3 wide between her, Rogers, and Becker. And she's got the push from Matt McIntyre in the 33 machine as now Jess gets behind Charles Sanford in the 24 machine. You remember the last time he was here at Michigan, it was those two who battled it out for the win. And it was with Charles taking the win in that race in the 24. Well, actually, he wasn't driving 24. He was driving the 03 Coca-Cola vanilla machine. But Shelton, here she comes. Gets the push gets the bite to the, gets the run off turn number 4. She's got the push from the 6 car Zach Rogers. Got a Chevy with 2 Fords chasing them. In the meantime, he had a pair of orange cars there going at it here. Becker, I should say Paul Minnick in the 10 and the 20 of Joshua Osborne. As Osborne tries to work his way through the field, he was 14th the last time by. Now getting behind Laura Chung, who has fallen back a bit in that 98 car. We're already down to 7 laps to go this time by already, so kind of crazy to think right there. Boy, how time flies too here in Michigan. as we're down to 7 laps to go in this very fast-paced Miller Lite 400. And by fast-paced, we're talking 198 mile an hour average on this track here. They qualified pole at 200 miles an hour. In fact, the fastest lap of the race so far is held by Jesse Turner at over 202 miles an hour. And this is without restrictor plates here, guys. Whereas Daytona will be with the plates. Daniel Bouchard now goes for the lead now. Here comes James Sykes, and James Sykes has not won. I don't know if he's ever won a race in this. I don't think he ever has. Sykes could pull up an upset here if he can, because he is in contention at 90 car. Now trying to take second from one of the best, Dylan Poteet. Again, the 36 of Cement Oscon, not on the lead level. He is sure mixing things up though. He could play spoiler though. That's the one thing Oscon can play here, and try to push somebody to the victory if he possibly can or not. Off turn 4, Sykes looks to the low side. He's got second, but he's trapped behind the 36 car of Oscon. Actually, he's got third position, not second, excuse me. Zach Winkle up to fourth position. He's trying for his second victory of the season. Trent Dunham in fifth. He's trying for his second. Cole Beaver trying for his second. James Henry trying for his first. Dylan Young trying for his third this season. He's one of 3 drivers who's won twice this season here. Him, Keith Batson, and Jessica Shelton have won, or the 3 drivers who's won twice this season. And now you got more players in this batch of cars right there too. And to give you an idea how wide the parity is in this series, 13 different winners this season so far, and we may have a 14th possibly in the 17th race of the season. Poteet has the lead here. Bouchard trying to get back past him. And down the low side, here comes car number 3, Cole Beaver, the GM Goodrich Chevrolet. Trying to move his way up to the field here. Beaver moves to the low side. The man from the state of Georgia, trying to steal one away here at Michigan. Be coming down for 2 laps to go this time by. Beaver's not out of this yet, but Poteet is pulling ahead in that 22 machine. He could be in pretty good shape here, but as long as you got that lap car there holding everybody up, though, I think Poteet is probably in the best position right now. That is unless Bouchard can hook up behind the 36 car of Oscon and get up to the back bumper of the 22 car and then make a run at it possibly too. That's the only thing Bouchard can hope for in a situation right now in that 22 Lowe's car. But Poteet, he's not yet won, and he knows how to get it done. He'll be coming to the white flag, 1 lap remaining here in the Miller Lite 400 here at Michigan. Oscon goes to the low side here, and let's see what happens in the turn number 1. What's Bouchard going to do in that 31 machine? Oscon's up in the back bumper. Does Bouchard move inside to get a run? Yes, he does. He goes to the inside he comes to the inside. He's hooked up behind the 36 car of Oscon. Let's see what happens through turns 3 and 4. They're going to be side by side through the 4th turn here. Bouchard low side. Poteet on the high side. Here they come up the 4th turn. Bouchard pulls ahead. Poteet's going to try to make a run at it, but no, he does not. Daniel Bouchard wins his 2nd race of the season. He wins the Miller Lite 400 here at Michigan. Daniel Bouchard, who has had a lot of hard luck since his win at Richmond, becomes the 4th driver to win 2 races this season, joining Dylan Young, Jessica Shelton, and Keith Batson. He won it. As we mentioned, won the 3rd race of the season at Richmond. He also wins here today at Michigan. The number 31 Lowe Chevrolet goes to victory lane, but boy, Dylan Poteet, he was very, very close. has to settle for second position. A great day, though, nonetheless for the Caterpillar Pontiac. Third place will go to Zach Winkle. A solid day for the number 40 team. Cole Deaver comes home fourth. Fifth will go to Trent Dunham. Sixth position to Laura Chung. Seventh to James Sykes. Kyle Matthews eighth. Ninth will go to James Henry. And Zach Rogers will finish 10th. Average speed 197.901 miles an hour. Almost 198 mile an hour average. Here today at Michigan. Just some great racing here today. And I'm sure hope the fans got their money's worth here today at Michigan Speedway. That was some tremendous stuff. The rest of the finishing order for you here today, Jesse Turner comes home in 11th position, 12th to Joshua Osborne, 13th to William Brock, Charles Sanford 14th, Quentin Moore will finish 15th, Dylan Young 16th, 17th will go to John Andrews. Mike Becker 18th, Jessica Shelton 19th, and 20th will go to Matt Mcintyre, 21st to Seth Cole, Cat Betson 22nd, Levi McIntyre 23rd, 24th will go to Phil Parker, Ryan Brommer 25th, 26th will go to Rob Evans, Alex Miller 27th, 28th to Zachary Fitzwater, 29th to Paul Minnick, and 30th to Nathan Orman. Then Aaron Macklin, Keith Batson, Ryan George, Allison Rain, Roberto Crown Jr., Dylan Abrahamian, Muhammad Abdullah, Daniel Gatrot, Wes McCoy, and Samit Ozcon was the last of the finishers here today. And if there's one thing that Bouchard's winning pass actually did was put Ozcon back on the tail in the lead lap, at least. So Samit didn't get to finish. So goodness for Samit, you didn't finish a lap down. Bad news is he still finishes dead last, unfortunately. But what can you do? So that will do it here today at Michigan Speedway. Congratulations once again to Daniel Bouchard as he gets his second victory of the season. He won at Richmond. Now he wins here today in the Irish Hills of Michigan. As we will begin the second half of the season at Daytona International Speedway for the Pepsi 400. And if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got in our races, we got gaming videos, we got in our online videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA has called desires to have for his channel. Be sure to check out Seth Story Cell Cup series, which is also the main series on this channel as well too. And also check out some other cool stuff we have here on this channel. Also check out some cool stuff from our other two NNSCRA offline channels. Those two channels being X8675398588X, that's Dylan Young's channel. He's the guy that does the NNSCRA Spectrum Mobile Cup Series. And also check out channel Thrash Media 899, that's Levi McIntyre's channel. He's the man who does the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series. So give those two channels a subscribe for some cool stuff off their stuff, and as well as this channel here for some other cool stuff as well too. And if you want to join the NNSCRA Duracell Cup Series, if you subscribe to this channel here, get with Seth, and he will get you going on that. So that will do it here today at Michigan Speedway. For now, this is James Cole. This has been a production of the NNSCRA, celebrating 10 years of offline racing at its best. We'll see you on the high banks of Daytona under the lights for the Pepsi 400.
Greg, did you have any ignition problems?